Hello and welcome to another podcast out of the LWA camp here. I'm your host, Erik Detmar, along with my co-host here, Brett Detmar. And we will be coming to you with our form of our podcast called The Strike Zone. We will be formatting our podcast a little bit like Pardon the Interruption, if you've seen that on SportsCenter. And we look to cause a little bit of controversy, have a little bit of fun, and, just talk about the Wiffle life.
We're going to stir the pot, and we're going to stir it real good. Shake in some salt and pepper, and, all right, you got enough of that. That's enough. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing here. So, might as well just jump right into it. We're going to go 12 sections, 2 minutes apiece. Once the timer rings, you got maybe a sentence more, and that's it. Any questions can come at the end, so here we go. Number one, Erik, first question for you. What's the biggest rivalry ever in Leroy history? We've had, 4 seasons, 4 legit seasons, and we're looking for the biggest rivalry to date. Now, I realize that you haven't been here every year, but looking back, what do you think's the biggest rivalry? We're going to start the timer right about now.
I mean, when you're talking about a rivalry, you always got to go back to kind of the core of it, and I think that Jared and Caleb, you'll always have with the Badgers and the Liners this year. I'm thinking this year. You're going to have that tension between Jared and Caleb. We watched them last week. They went at it. They were moaning and groaning last week. I could hear them all the way from over at Wrigley. But I feel like when you got that brotherly matchup, even us, as we're on the same team, we are going to complain at each other. So I feel that, you got to go back to the brotherly matchup there of the Badgers and the Liners.
Okay. So me being a little bit different, you got to think of you got to think Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees. You got to think Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines. So, I don't know. Just something for me. I'm thinking that it's Fantastic Four and the Chainsmokers. These teams went back and forth. I think they played in one championship together, but they were always decent teams. Fantastic was the Bombers before the Bombers were the Bombers. So that's what I'm thinking. This season, it would have to be, it's funny because to me, a rivalry could be the Otters. I don't know. Just saying.
Going back at your Chainsmokers and Fantastic Four, they're actually tied in the head-to-head. They have each won 3 and lost 3 against each other. So, you're looking at a rivalry. There it is. So.
Yeah, maybe we'll sprinkle in some, a legacy game. It's a good idea.
If we could get Drew Hennigenberg.
If we could get Drew Hennigenberg back with a nice finger this time, and he could pitch the ball decently well, maybe get it halfway to the plate at least, we could have a legacy game going on, nice. kind of like some Jeff White. Some Jeff White. What is that called?
You go back to the Chainsmokers. You're looking at Allen, maybe the best pitcher to ever go through Leroy.
Yeah.
You're looking at Kyle Jansma, one of the best career hitters to go through Leroy. Jared was a part of that team. Sitter, I was a part of that team. Really,
those are big names.
Historic team.
Those are big names. All right, we went way over that time, so we're gonna go on to number 2. It's a little bit different. Why don't you introduce this one, Erik?
Oh, we're looking at this week's acquisitions. Tim got rocked this week, so he went out and he got a hitter. What are you thinking, Tim? Tim, you need a pitcher. You just let up 13 runs in a game? I saw the Badgers over there. Jared hit one over the barn. And you're going to go out and get a batter? You're going to try to out-bat these teams? Come on.
Well, you know what I say, Erik? I don't know. I kind of disagree because you need to draft guys that can hit and teach them how to pitch. Teach them how to pitch.
Tim doesn't know how to teach.
That's true.
He's a trucker.
That's true.
Come on.
Anyway, okay, so the first acquisition of the week was was Tim. No, it was the Bashers. The
Yeah, the
Bashers released Nathan Zeidema. The
They
life
liked
of their team.
bats. They liked their bats.
Yeah, they wanted to.
They
keep
wanted
their
to keep their bats in good shape. I don't blame them for that one. Lucas is a great pickup. He shut us out in that last inning to beat with the Otters. Beat us last week. I'm a little butthurt over that, but whatever. But I think it's a great move by the Bashers by Grant. Lucas will be a nice addition there. He can pitch. He'll become a top 10 pitcher in my opinion. And then his bat, he's got great batting stance, batting form, good bat speed. I think he can really do something here in Leroy and help Grant out, as he has struggled the past few years.
Yeah, Lucas was always a guy that I knew of. I played baseball with him back at Indiana, and I always thought, why not get Lucas out here? He's a good guy to have in the league. He's always got a positive attitude. He's got a lot of friends in the league. And so I always wanted to get him out here, and we finally got him out here this season. But he was struggling at the mound. His hitting was really well. He's always been a good hitter. I played with him. Yeah, like I said, I played with him at Indiana. I also played with him back in Little League. So it's great to have him here. It's a great pickup for Grant. And, yeah, I think it could actually bring some life to this team. It could bring him up to a good, fourth or fifth spot in the league. So, yeah, I'm really happy with that. And if I could have picked him up, I would have.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I definitely would have. We played him in the second game last week. I was looking to get 3 runs in the last inning. He shut us out, right? Yeah. Is that what he did, right?
Yeah, he shut us out in the last inning for sure. But, next
he
move.
Found it.
Next move, as I was saying, the Truckers. Drop Brad Campstra, pick up Colin. I mean, yeah, Colin's better than Brad, but
he can't pitch, though.
Yeah, Tim's got to do something with the pitching. Tim's got to get some pitching. He's got big bats. He's got Neal. He's got himself. He's got Sitter. Sitter's been struggling from the mound, though. You got to get that second guy that can pitch, because I thought it was going to be Tim, but obviously not.
At the beginning of the season, Tim looked like a top 5 pitcher to me.
Yeah.
He was confident about it, too.
Yeah, and now had too many beers one night, and it ruined his whole pitching career.
Yeah, he's on an infinite hangover right now.
Yep. Next move,
Infinite hangover.
Backdoor Sliders are going to sign Garrett Lytle, release Drew Renningsberg. What do you think?
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I asked him the other week, I said, what are the teams that have a player on them that has not come yet? And it was our team, because I hadn't come to a game that mattered. And then it was Drew Renningsberg. So I figured that he would get dropped. Garrett Lytle's a good pickup. I haven't seen him play that much.
I mean, he was...
But he hit the walk-off.
He hit the walk-off
home
against
run.
the Sliders, actually.
Yeah, against
so there
his
you go.
own team.
Can't beat him. Join him. That's what I'm saying.
You can't beat him. Just hop onto him. So
I like it. No,
All
I
right.
think it's a great move. Good hitter. He'll find his groove at the bump.
So back to you, Tim. The only bad move today was you picking up Colin. That's all.
Yeah.
It's a bad move. Leave him on the Otters and wait for someone to either do bad so the ranking goes down and you can pick him up, or
You could have picked up Friedman.
Yeah.
You could have picked up
But-
Friedman.
Here's the last thing I have to say about this. The timer's gone way over. The last thing I have to say, Colin was finding the strike zone in a couple pitches.
Yeah, a couple pitches.
But it was straight. The ball was...
A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a
Yeah.
while.
Colin, you're the blind squirrel of the league. All right. Number 3. This one might... oh, man. Ball and player positioning. Erik.
No, go ahead.
Erik.
What's up?
I played 4 years of baseball. You played 3. 2.
At Ileana?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
2. The ball was hit to the left side of second base.
Oh my God.
You're playing far left. I'm playing not dead center.
I'm playing next to the foul pole.
And I'm
Next
not
to the
playing
foul
dead
pole.
center either. And I'm also playing in.
Look at the video. You are playing maybe a step over from second base
Okay.
into right field.
First of
The
all,
ball's hit right next to second base. You're running at the ball.
my mind had 10 things going through it at that time.
Well, that's
First
your
of all,
problem.
I'm slow. You're fast.
Okay,
You
why-
could have banana peeled the crap out of that thing. You know what that is, kid? Banana peel.
I know what
Hook around it.
I know what a banana peel is.
I don't know if we would have had him at second still, but man, Stupid.
Gave up a run.
It did give up a run. Was that in the second game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gave up a run. If you want to go back and watch it, so it'd be Game 5 against the Otters. When did it happen?
Bombers,
In like
Otters. It was
the first inning.
Yeah, Kyle was pitching. No, I don't know if it was first inning, but Kyle was pitching. Ball was hit past Kyle. Here, I'll give you a little rundown of it. Ball's hit past Kyle. Brett's playing center field. I'm playing deep left, because Colin just hit a couple dick shots. And this ball's hit probably 8 feet from Brett, and he runs to second instead of going to get the ball. Ridiculous.
Whatever. All right. Number 4. The Otters had a few buddies over. One buddy over last night. We got to talking. Wiffle ball always comes up with this kid. His name's Caleb Youngman. Have you heard of him?
Of course.
Have you?
Of course you have.
I don't know. Anyway,
the man's a legend.
we got to talking.
Love you, Caleb.
Eric had a really good idea that Caleb liked, and I don't know if I like it or not. So we're going to go over it again. Eric, give us some rundown on what your idea is.
All right, here's the idea. So, putting right now our top free agent, our top Otter, is Shane Anderson. All right, the kid's been playing out of his mind. I think his salary is 51.
Salary's in the 50s.
His salary's in the 50s. He's leading almost every batting category. The kid is top in batting average, top in runs batted in, second in home runs, first in runs scored. He's changing this game. And let me tell you, last week, he gets put on the liners twice. Not once, twice. And the liners go win 17-0 or whatever, and then 4-0. That can't happen. I think that Shane Anderson is too much of a game changer to be put on a random team each week. So here's my thing. 1 or 2 of the top Otters, so the top free agents, should have to play for the Otters until they get signed. So, for instance, Shane would be on the Otters.
So Shane would not be entered into.
He would not be
the
entered
cards.
into the cards, the wild cards that get put into random teams. He should have to play for the Otters. We've made the Otters a team. We've made them a team.
They're a
The
team.
games count.
Yes, they're a team, but they're I don't even know. They're a stew. Whoever comes gets thrown into the stew.
Exactly.
And the
So when
cards take out whoever.
you at least know you're going to
Caleb
play
got
Shane.
lucky.
You at least know you're going to play Shane when you're playing the Otters.
Okay, yeah,
He's
it
the
gives
top free
it gives the Otters a little bit of rivalry, but like I said, then it gives the best player. If I was Shane and I looked at the site and I said, I'm the best Otter there is, I want to be signed by a team if I'm an Otter. I want to be signed by an actual team.
Yeah.
No, like one of the teams, not the Otters. So it gives him no incentive to do well at all.
That's not true because we're not taking away anyone from signing him. People can still sign him. You can still sign him all you want. Just he can't be put onto a random team. I'm not saying he's permanently on the Otters. I'm saying he's not put onto a random team. I don't want to go and be like, all right, I'm playing the Truckers this week, easy win, right? Then Shane gets put on the team, hits 3 dingers, and we lose. That's not going to happen. Think about it, Tim. Think about it.
All right. Yeah, I guess. I guess it's a good idea, but it'll have to go through the votes. Anyway,
Next one.
the
ultimate dilemma. Pitching, hitting. What helps you win championships?
What is the championship maker?
We saw it last year, baby.
Does pitching make the babies or does hitting make the babies? I don't know
We
what that
saw it
means.
last year, baby. I don't know what.
Anyway, last year, 2016, we're going to boast. If we had video going right now, you'd see that on our table we have the
ship.
trophy, we have the ship,
The ship.
we have our jerseys from Nationals. We're all decked out down here in beautiful St. John. But what wins you a championship, Eric? I don't know. I still think it's pitching.
In this league, it's no doubt pitching. I think
Yeah.
that's something we're going to agree on here.
We do
Pitching
agree.
wins championships. Defense wins championships. That's what it is. If you can hold teams to 0 or 1 runs, you have a very good chance of winning that game. Very good.
Yeah. And like you said last week, When we were down 3, you just got to play some Aussie ball and get 1 or 2 runs.
And like I said, if you don't have that pitching, then let's say we're down 3-0, but we got someone on the other team that can't pitch. All right, I'm going to take single after single. I'm going to take a double. I'm going to take a 15-pitch double. You'll get 3 runs easily.
Yeah, we didn't even have to be scared last year. We had Jeremiah, who was decently consistent, and then we had
he was
3
fourth in the lineup.
Yeah, and then we had 3 consistent pitchers. We didn't even have to worry about walking
Wins
anyone.
championships, baby.
That won us the championship. All we had to do was
guys-
around and get cross one person across the plate.
You guys were saying earlier. You guys were saying on Going Corn earlier this year that this was the year of batting. I think moving back to pitching mound made this the year of that pitching became that much more important. Because having a good pitcher, it's harder to find one now that we're moving it back.
Yep.
It made it that much more important.
Yep.
So I think this is the year of pitching, and I think the team that can get the most consistent pitching will win the championship this year.
So I'm just gonna go off that now. We have 35 seconds left on the clock. Who is it gonna be? Because the Liners, they're 5-0.
At the beginning, I really liked the Ovens. I really did.
I did too.
But your team is only as good as your weakest link. And right now, Greg is not pitching well, and he's a liability in the field. So you got to teach him, or you got to teach him something to pitch, because Ovens
Seriously,
aren't there. I mean,
I think that we have a good chance as well.
I think we do.
I do. There it is.
There's the timer.
All right.
We just got a timer going here.
Yeah, we just got the timer going.
All right,
on our 4th segment.
But my pick is the Bombers.
I'll go with the Bombers too. All right, number 6. Shout out to Nathan Zeidema, but these throwing bats are getting out of hand.
All right,
These things are.
Zeidema, you threw a bat over the fence. All right, you threw the bat over the fence, went back, grabbed another bat, thought you were still batting, realized that you had gotten out, and threw another bat over the fence. That's 2. 2 and 1 at bat.
That's 2, and
2 bats over.
You're
the
making
fence.
people confused, Nathan.
Is it the ball going over the fence, or is it the bat?
Yeah, Eric's girlfriend was there last week. She had no clue what was going on.
Come on.
Was this some bat throwing contest in the other field?
Come on.
No, you're just a scrub. You're just a scrub. You got to stop it. We're not even going to go for 2 minutes on this because it's pissing me off.
And it's leaking now. You know, it's leaking over. I've seen Jansma throw a bat. Come on. Come on, Jansma. I thought you were better than that.
Yeah, Jansma's the dad.
Jansma
is the dad.
By the way, sorry, wife.
Yeah.
She's pregnant for sure. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yes.
Congrats, guy.
Yeah, congrats, Kyle. But I didn't mean the dad like that. I meant he's the dad
but he's
of
the
the
dad
league.
of the league. He's the one who will be honest. If everyone's saying it's out, he knew the guy was safe, and he's gonna give him the safe.
Yeah.
He's the dad of the league. Come on, Jansma.
Come crack a cold one with us, Jansma.
Yeah, I don't want you.
Come on.
I don't want you throwing bats.
Don't throw a bat, just crack a cold one. On to the next segment.
All right.
Go for it. I don't know if I like this one.
Yeah, this one may be a little biased.
This one is definitely a far-fetched idea.
Yeah. But, I mean, we're just looking at...
Let's give the people what they want,
kind of best teams ever, really. I mean, what we have here is Liners versus 2016 Bombers. So we're looking at this year's best team versus last year's best team. And I think we can even throw in there the year before that, Fantastic Four, as they're a dynasty as well. So, I mean...
I feel like this episode is already heavily biased towards the Bombers.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Because it's our first episode. People are going to hate us. Whatever.
Yeah, we haven't said much about, like, the Badgers.
I know. I like them. Yeah. But anyway, but let's talk about this. All
right, so best team in Leroy history. Best team in Leroy history.
Yeah, I guess we can name that this. Best team in Leroy history. It has to be the Bombers. Because we were
the best pitching team, sure. But I mean, Kevin Rugg, Caleb Youngpin, Matt Dykstra, Nathan Zeidema. That's a solid team.
Nathan Zeidema, before he threw bats, was decent.
He was good.
He was a decent player.
Then you got Drew Engenberg when he was solid.
Drew was
This is
really
the
good.
Chainsmokers of 2014. One of the best pitchers, Drew Engenberg. Then you got Allen right behind, or Allen's first. Then you got Drew right behind him. Those are two of the best pitchers ever in Leroy. Then you got Robbie, who's
In
still
their
killing
respective
it.
seasons.
In their
respective
yeah.
seasons, they were the best pitchers.
Then you got Robbie, who's still killing it, and Jared. I like this 2014 Chainsmokers team.
It would be fun to go back.
Drew, Allen, Robbie, and Jared
You know when
in their primes. I don't
you
if
know
Jared
when we
was
used to
in his
talk
prime.
about 7th grade football? My team versus your team, it's impossible. I mean, we couldn't be in 7th grade at the same time.
Right.
But that's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
2016 Bombers versus 2014
Chainsmokers.
or
Fantastic Four versus this year's Liners or anything like that. It'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
I like these Chainsmokers though. I'm gonna give them the title for now.
I want to pull a Jeff Wright and do the, what does he call it? During that one practice, the alumni games.
Alumni. Jeez, we're bringing.
See if we
Jeff
can get
White into
Allen out
this.
here. I see him at church.
We're bringing Jeff
He's
White into this.
whipped.
Oh my goodness.
The guy is whipped.
Next one. Enough of that.
I'm sick of it. Oh, we were
Short
talking about
season
this
leagues.
again.
Yeah, we were talking about this with Caleb as well. Short season league. So this goes to
This goes out to all
the
the
national. This goes on the national level. So if you don't care about nationals,
Skip ahead about 3 minutes.
yeah. Short season leagues. We got who?
What did he
Skibby.
say? He said Skibby,
What is it?
Tompkins.
WWF, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tompkins. These guys are just throwing a tournament around for a weekend and think they're a league. You got nothing on Leroy. Nothing.
They have nothing on Leroy, and it also doesn't encompass what NWLA
NWLA
is all
trying to
about.
do. Yeah.
I feel like what NWLA does is bring people together. You think I would have met Carl Coffey or Sam Skibby or any of them, even known of them?
Or not even looking at the national level, but looking at this league, what it's
Communities.
done for me.
Communities.
Tim, you're like a brother. Caleb, you're like a brother. Like, I get so much closer because of these leagues, seeing these guys every week. Why would you want to do just a weekend of this?
I'm not
I'd
trying-
be depressed. I'd be depressed.
It's not, if you take anything out of this podcast, wiffle ball is not like a family reunion.
Yeah.
You don't want to go there, but you go anyway. You see some people that you kind of like, and then you see them the next year.
No,
That's not what it
That's
is.
not what wiffle ball is.
Wiffle ball
It's
is
a
like
family. It's not
is
a
a
family,
family.
reunion. It's a family.
It's a family.
You're with them. You'll love them. You'll always.
You'll always love them.
Short
At least
season
I hope you
leagues,
do.
Stupid.
Short
Get rid of
season
them.
leagues, we need to get rid of that. But then it also bring the leagues down that come to NWLA. We'll only have. I would venture to say we'd only have
Skibby.
half the leagues come.
Yeah, but come on, Skibby, you're
But-
better than that. Come on, get a league going.
Maybe they just don't have the resources. They don't have the time. I'm
I
okay
mean-
with it. But the one weekend tournament thing, maybe just do a month. Or
Whatever.
every
Really?
Saturday or Sunday, 2 games. I don't know.
All right,
That's my thoughts.
hot and cold.
Hot
Who's
and cold.
Who's not?
Who's hot this week or who's hot this season?
Ooh. I mean, we got 2 minutes. Let's do a minute of both. Who's hot this week? Who's hot this week? Well, let me tell you, Jansma.
Kyle Jansma.
Jansma, I don't know what happened to you
He tested positive,
yeah.
and his wife. Gotcha. He
7
royed
homers.
7 homers in
7
one game.
homers in one game.
What is this,
Talk
Barry
about
Bonds?
answering to the haters. Had a boy. He's hot.
You know, he probably doesn't even listen to the podcast, but he just felt it. He's like, people are talking crap about me.
Yeah.
They're calling me rubbish.
Yeah.
They're
He said-
calling me rubbish.
He said, cherry slices.
He said chicken salad. He had 7. Think about it, guys.
7 homers.
Think
The
about
dude-
having-
The dude had 7 homers. He's got 7 homers on the season. He
Kyle.
had 0 before it.
Kyle Reinhardt,
God.
or any one of you that likes dinger lines, think about having 7 opportunities in one game.
Jake.
That's the dream. Jake Van Buren, Neil Kruzwick. Who else
Oh,
does dinger lines?
yeah.
Tim.
Neil loves him. Tim loves him.
Neil loves him.
I mean,
Neil
Zaidama. I think
Zaidama.
I've heard one from Zaidama.
Me, if I can hit one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You've
Think
you've
about
hit
it.
like shit. You talk about not. Who's not? The kid sitting right next to me. Jeez Louise.
Well, for
Could you
hitting.
get a hit?
For hitting.
Could you get a hit?
For hitting. I had a few hits.
Who else isn't? Who else is hot?
But they were playing me pulling the first game.
Who else
I
is
didn't
hot?
understand that.
They don't gotta play
Who else is hot? Shane Anderson. Oh, Shane Anderson's hot.
Let me tell you.
Give him like 3 weeks.
I'm telling you, Shane Anderson has played probably the worst pitchers in Leroy so far. Come play the Bombers, baby.
I like you,
Come play the
Shane,
Bombers.
but I'm not going to give you a long shelf life. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not.
Who else is hot? Let me look around.
Who else is hot? Jared.
Kevin Vroog. He's in the Bahamas.
Shut. All right, this season, who's hot? Jared.
Jared, yeah.
Jared's ripping the cover off the ball. But we're not taking him to nationals.
No, don't take him for hitting.
Gee.
We'll have him be the water guy.
You know who else isn't hot?
Public
Robbie.
relations.
Robbie. Robbie, where are you?
He's a not, you're saying?
He's a not.
Yeah.
Robbie.
We faced him.
I don't see you anywhere on here, Robbie. Anywhere on the top.
Well, career batting average, but
No, we're not looking at
regular
career.
batting average on the season. Dude, I'm gonna have to compliment you. Okay, yeah, Robbie's a not. I don't see him anywhere. Do you have any evidence other than that you don't see him on the top 5 of any batting category?
Well, let's look at his average this year.
Anyway, while he finds that, we got to give it up for Erik. He's been a mediocre hitter both seasons that he's been in the league, so the past 2. And he just cracked top 5 batting average in the first 5 games at .462. So we can count on him to get on base.
Robbie's batting statistic is, I don't even know what these are. What are these numbers? 16.72.
That's his batting
That's
ranking.
his batting ranking.
Yeah.
Come on, Robbie.
Yeah.
Robbie, I'm pretty sure my girlfriend could hit better than that.
Yeah, we got to get
You're just beating out Greg. Come on.
some girls.
Ben Huff is beating you. Ben Huff
The
is
Huffinator.
beating you, Robbie. Come on, where you at, kid?
Yeah.
What happened to Nick Jordan?
Side note, everyone go follow the Huffinator on Twitter.
All right.
Great updates on the Orbital season and teams and how many 30 racks he's bought and how many games he's missed. Anyway.
One more. Who was hot last week? I thought Sam Stahl had a good week last week. I saw him hit a couple.
I feel like you're on the edge right now.
He had a good week. He's been struggling for a long time. I haven't
For a
seen-
year.
For a year and a half, the kid.
No, I mean he didn't come last year.
I mean,
so-
that's what happens when you go to Chicago Christian. But
yeah.
I mean, those Badgers had a good week last week. They were hot.
Speaking of the Badgers, I like the Badgers because they never need free agents.
right, Badgers are always there.
And that's what we're going to talk about next. Team consistency. So, should that play a role in how you're seen as a team?
Definitely,
If your team can come the whole time. I love you, Caleb, but
Caleb, you haven't played with your team at all. The Liners are 5-0, or is it just Caleb and whoever the free agents, how the free agents roll? Come on.
yeah.
Come on.
This past week, I would have taken Caleb to Vegas because he got Shane both games.
Yeah. It's bogus. I think here's the thing, Tim. Here's the thing. You only get as many runs. Your run limit is double of how many people from your team are there.
I think it used to be that way. If I can remember correctly, it used to be
That's what it should be.
your team only, the people that you drafted. So if Caleb's the only one there, he can get 2 runs an inning.
Yeah.
That gives we
An
need
incentive, right.
to make your whole team come.
Exactly.
Because part of the way that we should draft is thinking this whole team needs to come.
What other teams are always there? I mean, the Ovens have done a good job of it. Jack was hurt, but other than that, I see Greg, Matt, and
Yeah. Greg and Matt are always there early.
Greg and Matt are there early, and then Jansma's always there.
Yeah.
I mean,
But there's also another side to this coin, and it's how are we losing guys? How are they not coming? Okay, Austin Gibson has a broken leg. You can't do anything about that.
right.
John Gibson's here, and Caleb signed Quinn, who I don't know why he didn't
Come, I don't
come
know.
last week.
I'm not sure.
Why are we losing guys? Why is Jake Van Buren not showing up for week 3? I don't know. Maybe it's slow pitch softball. 16-inch softball.
That goes out
co-ed.
to you too, Mike Feeney.
Mike Feeney.
Come on.
Mike Feeney has
Gotta be kidding
Mike
me.
Feeney ghost Leroy. You know how you ghost people? He ghosted us for slow pitch softball with girls. Do we need to say more? No.
That's ridiculous. Come on. Jack's return this
Does
week.
he yo-yo as well? I don't know.
Shout out National Yo-Yo Day here.
June 6th. Today is National Yo-Yo Day. It's also National Applesauce Pie Day. Whatever that is.
That's my next dinger line. That's what that is.
Applesauce pie.
Ooh. Hey, shout out to Jack coming back this week.
Yeah.
Broken ankle.
Looking forward to seeing Jack again.
Broken ankle.
I love him, and he's a really good hitter.
Is Maddie coming with? All right, that's too far. My bad.
Maddie may need to come with.
Yeah, I
she
think
needs
Maddie
to
should
see.
come.
She needs to appreciate our league.
Yeah, Maddie needs.
She was throwing some shade,
Yeah, that's for
hard shade, and Sheriff was telling us all about it. Did you hear the story? Sheriff was in Bible class, I think, and she was. It was the day after it happened, and she was complaining the whole entire time about how prom's ruined and his foot's broken and everything, and Jared stands up at the end of the class and says, "Well, if anyone wants to come out for next week Wednesday, we're having wiffle ball at 6 o'clock."
Shout out to the sheriff, number 50 last week, baby. Oh, I'm saying, sheriff.
Yeah, we're gonna skip ahead right now and look at next week really quick, and then we're gonna wrap things up because these are gonna be short episodes. Maybe on your drive to the gym, there and back, you can listen, get some good insight, get maybe a laugh or two. We're not the funniest guys, but
I thought I was pretty funny.
yeah, you aren't.
Oh, okay. That's a matter of opinion.
Yeah. Speaking of that, who's the funniest guy in the league? Funniest guy in the league. Then we'll look ahead next week.
Yeah.
But funniest guy in the league.
Oh,
It
man.
depends on if you like dry humor.
Yeah,
if you like dry
It
humor,
depends what you're looking for. But I mean,
It's Kyle Reinhardt.
Tim's always gonna be funny. But Kyle Reinhardt,
Tim's haircut.
Tim's haircut might be the funniest guy in the league.
The difference, yeah.
Kyle Reinhardt will give you a good laugh. I mean,
Kyle is it?
Sam
Kyle
Stahl's a funny
wins.
kid. Funny guy.
Sam's funny, but he can't win funniest guy
Not
because
funniest
he
guy in
already
the league.
he already wins electrician of the year.
Electrician of the year.
Yeah. All right, really quick here. We're at 33 minutes. We're gonna hopefully wrap this up in 40 minutes. We're gonna look ahead to next week's games. We're gonna make bold predictions without. We're not even gonna say why. We're just gonna say it and see how it goes.
Maybe we'll say why. Maybe we won't.
And if you want to come up to us next week after you win the games that we said that you would lose,
Please.
I'm happy for that.
Please do.
This is called the strike zone for a reason. There's many meanings to the word strike. Strike me down. Controversy. That's what we want here. We want controversy and we want some color. We're adding color to the league. So, what do we got? What do we got for next week here?
Next week. Let's check it out. Next week. 6:15 at Harambe. We're looking big unit bashers versus the Truckers. Worst team in the league versus Grant's infamous failures.
Okay.
What are we looking at?
Honestly,
This is a game
honestly-
with 2 new pickups.
Yeah.
This is a game of acquisitions. What are you going with?
So, if Sitter's there, Tim's there,
Neil will be there.
Neil will be there, Colin's there. I'm gonna say Truckers,
Yeah. No.
but the Bashers have Lucas. Remember that.
I'm going Bashers.
Okay.
I'm going Bashers against the Truckers.
Because
Tim
of
has been
what?
pitching terribly. They have Marty at the one spot if he comes. Then they'll put Lucas. They're gonna shut him down.
And big old Johnny.
And Big John Newcomb.
If Johnny comes.
And let me tell you, I'm going Bashers on a walk-off.
Bashers on a walk-off.
Off of Tim.
All right. Next game, quick. Liners, Ovens at Wrigley. First game of the week. Liners 5-0, obviously. Dutch Ovens 2-3.
2-3. But they got Jack coming back.
They have Jack coming back.
I've already talked to Caleb. Caleb's pitching too. So Caleb's pitching first. I go Ovens.
You go Ovens. I say Liners. They're going to keep going. They're too good of a hitting team, and the fielding for the Ovens is spotty.
I say
It's shoddy.
Jansma keeps the hitting up. Jack comes back, has some long shots.
Jack pitching, though.
He'll be fine.
He's going to bust his ankle pitching.
Quinn's going to give up his 0 ERA. Ovens win it.
All right.
9-7.
Bombers, Badgers. Good matchup. I'm looking forward to playing the Sheriff.
It's been a while.
I don't even think he was gone for when we played him. Our last games last year. I haven't
played the
him.
Sheriff in a long
We haven't.
time.
I barely even talked to Jared when I'm there. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. It's gonna be a good game.
3-2, 2-2.
3-2. Yeah, and he might have a 3-2 record. Did he beat the Otters? I don't know. No, he might have lost to them. Yeah, before the Otters were the Otters.
This is gonna be a good game. He'll probably be televised here live. I'm gonna take the Bombers.
Yeah, I'll take us too.
I'm gonna take us. I mean, I'm not being.
We're looking from the outside in.
Yeah, I'm looking from the outside in. I'm gonna take us. I think their pitching can't match ours.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I
got us in that one. I mean, 6-3.
Yeah, Jeremiah was pitching well.
Jeremiah's pitching well. Jared's
We can
pitching.
talk about Jeremiah next week.
But I think Austin and Sam are just a weak spot.
If
there.
we can get a few singles and stuff,
Keep it going. Let's go.
Yeah.
Next one.
go for it.
The Otters versus the Sliders.
The Otters.
I mean, if what I say comes true and Shane stays on the Otters, I think Otters are going to be 4-1 coming out of this game.
Your rule won't get passed in that amount of time.
Whatever.
We have a day.
Yeah, well, it could get passed. Throw it into the chat. Otters beat the Sliders. Robbie still doesn't show up to this one.
Yeah. I might be able to get him out of work. No, he doesn't work on Wednesdays.
I'm saying he's not showing up in
Oh, shoot.
spirit,
Okay.
in mind.
Otters,
He's gonna
Sliders.
keep up his 16.72 ranking batting.
Okay.
They need him to hit in order.
Otters,
to win this
Sliders. You say Otters?
game. Otters win it.
I say Sliders. Win it.
You're crazy.
No, I really do, though. I think Robbie can carry his team to 2-4.
Whatever.
Come on. You're 1-4. You're Robbie. Carry it, boy. Next game.
Only way they win this game is if Moselle, the egg, hits another dinger just like against Hessfield. Still reminiscent about that.
That's true. That's not the only way they win it, though.
Game of the week here.
Game of the week, right?
Bombers, Liners, 7:30 at Minute Maid.
First place, second place.
Who takes it?
Who takes it? You know that is Quinn coming? Maybe. But you know Caleb's going to get a free agent.
Right.
Because Austin won't be
But
there.
there's less good free agents out there, though. He could get
Shane's still out
Kamstra.
there.
He could get Kamstra.
Kamstra is out there.
He could get Zeidema. These guys can't pitch.
You know, I'm not going to not have faith in my team. I know you're not going to either.
Right.
So we're taking them down.
That's the problem with us two. We're on the same team, so we're gonna need some new faces in here.
We are
going to
bring
week.
new faces in.
But I think we take the Liners down here.
So Liners are 6-1 after this week.
Yeah, they.
Okay.
I mean, for me, they're 5-2 after this week.
That's harsh.
Liners 5-2. Caleb has a rough one. Truckers, Sliders, 7:30 at Wrigley.
Both 1-4.
Wins always going out. on Wrigley. I think Colin has a big game here and opens it up for the Truckers. Truckers beat
Truckers
the
win by
Sliders,
5.
at
Easily.
least.
Easily.
Truckers win. With everyone there, Truckers win by
'Cause that's
9.
If you look at those teams, that's a hitting matchup. That's all it is.
Yeah. Truckers win it.
Yeah.
Truckers. Big
Truckers.
Time. Big time, baby.
CB radios. All right. Dutch Ovens.
T-Bone. Shout out to T-Bone.
Shout out to T-Bone. Dutch Ovens, Big Unit Bashers, second game of the week for each of these teams. They're on Fenway.
7:30. Ovens,
Yeah.
Bashers. Ovens were probably my top-ranked team coming into this season. I'm going to give them the win here over the Bashers.
I say they win, yeah.
I mean, I got the Ovens going 2-0 this week.
I don't think Lucas can hold it together because if he only pitches 1 in the first game, then he has to pitch 2 in the next game.
Yeah.
And he's a good hitter. He won't be able to hit Kyle. Won't be able to hit Matt. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say.
I think Jack's gonna do just fine.
Yeah. All right, last game before we head out here.
Otters, Badgers. Who wins it?
Sheriff takes her home.
Sheriff,
handcuffs her.
you're going. I'll give you 1-1 here, baby. Sheriff
walks.
shoots her right in the heart. Wins it 9-4.
Yeah, Sheriff loses a tough one to the Bombers, and then takes her home. 7:30. Be there.
Hey.
We'd like to thank you guys for listening to us for 40 minutes. And if you don't know who's talking, it's one of us.
Yeah.
We have the same exact
We
voice.
sound alike. It's all right though. We're heading out here on the strike zone. K 'em up. We out.